People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of Seven on Blue Sky and YouTube, People are elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located Purple Butterfly soaps.myshopify.com, my blog Purple Butterfly people.blogspot.com. And today I am testing out a new scent, and I am going to be using an embed, and my shield just fell, and my regular face soap mode. So, because this is going to have a pound of overflow, so I might as well make a face soap, because the embed mode that I'll be using only holds a pound. But look, it's shaped like a butterfly. That's going to be cool. I have to make the trace thick because it connects here and here and here, and anything thinner than water or water like will leak. So it has to be thicker than water. And I figure since I'm testing out the butterfly mode, might as well do some fun stuff like add some bright fun colors. I have titanium dioxide in the main pot to give white. This is a pigment called Pretty Kitty. Isn't that gorgeous? I've dispersed it with water because it's a pigment. Then we have ultraviolet purple dispersed in water because it's a pigment. Cotton candy mica, so it's dispersed in oil. Pretty color. And making a long missing appearance is seafoam green. Some will remember when I was making the loofah soap, I was looking for this. It got missing. Well, it turned out it was in the very bottom of my colorant box. So, yeah. In the meantime, we're also testing out a new scent called Narcissist. It was a sample, and 2 ounces for a sample is pretty good. Most places give you a 1 ounce measure for a sample, but it has the fragrance note said there's no acceleration, there's no deceleration, there's no rising, there's no seizing, there's no this, there's no that, all the fun stuff you want to see on a fragrance oil. But there's also something missing from this fragrance oil. I can't smell it. So when did they give me a bad batch or whatever? So I went to the website and looked at the reviews. 2 other people said they couldn't smell it. One person said it smelled like an old lady's cologne. Other people said it smells like a floral. Some people said it smells like fruit and floral. There's all kinds of mixed reviews all over it. And one person said it was a unisex scent. The picture is of a woman with flowers for hair. So I'm assuming their intent was to be a feminine scent, but yeah. And it's supposed to be a dupe of a scent called Narcisco. And I just blanked on the company that makes Narcisco, but they're calling the scent Narcissist fragrance oil. And I'm going to just dump the whole thing in here. Also, 2 of the reviews said extremely mild. And extremely mild was right next to I can't smell it. I can't smell it either. So I figured since it's very mild and floral or fruity, because one person did say to them it smells like peaches, I'll make a face soap with it and an embed with it, and then if I don't have a scent for it by the end of curing, it won't matter because another scent will take over. Um, by that I mean, say for instance I decide to put almond with it or whatever, and the smell didn't throw. If there's no scent throw, then the new scent will take it over, and all anybody will smell is the new scent. So in the meantime, okay, I'm picking up something now, but it's still like nothing. Let's move this out the way because I'm going to need all of this room. This is going to be an in the pot swirl with these colors, and then I'm going to pour it in these two modes. Yes. Although that does seem to be activating my sinuses. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. To activate my sinuses and my nose feels like it's about to run means that the scent is doing something, but I still can't smell it. So, yeah. Let's direct you to where you can actually see. So I'm going to move the colors over here. These will be right here where I can reach. Also, I have my kaleidoscope pull tool in the column mode. So that way all the fun colors can make a flower. It's going to be an in the pot swirl, so that should take care of the butterfly. And then the in the pot swirl will separate into the kaleidoscope pattern if everything goes to plan. So let's get this started. This is a 32-ounce batch, which means it's not large. In fact, it's slightly under the size that I usually make. Which is why it's in the smaller container. The titanium dioxide white is not completely incorporated, so let me fix that now. I'm just going to move this one out the way. This is taking a longer time for emulsion because it is canola oil, coconut oil, and mango butter. Two hard and one liquid oil. Takes a while for swirls, but it sets up very hard. Okay, that's an emulsion. away. We're going to just go ahead and pour the colors. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm glad the purple is still showing up because that was the last of it. Same with the pretty kitty. And the seafoam green. I was only going to have 3 colors, but when I came across the seafoam green, I said, hey. Now, we're going to go from lightest to darkest. Very pretty. In case I didn't mention it, this is an in the pot swirl. So we're going to pour some in here in this spot, some over there, some here. Didn't that pink come out pretty? Some here, some over here, a little over there. Then the green, put some of that in the middle, in one corner, in the other corner. Pink right on top of that. Just because I know where I poured it, so it'll give me the desired effect. So let's go on some purple. That little empty spot I see. Thing about in the pot swirls is they look real surprising when you see it right before the swirl. And then when you pour it, you get a bunch of fun effects. That's out. But I still have a lot of green. How'd that happen? I swear I poured them all equally. And it's already thickening up. But let's show you what it looks like in the pot. Like I said, that's going to give a fun effect. Now I need my spatula. Well, actually, not the big one. We want the little one. We'll do the big one next because I'm going to need that for the swirl. Let's move this out of the way right quick. Now we can see what I'm doing. Okay. Next we're going with the very vibrant pink. I gotta get some more of this color. It's called Pretty Kitty. It's from Mad Micah's too. Like I said, Mad Micah's come up with some really fun names. They just do. Probably have to because they have hundreds of colors. Now, the last of the seafoam green in this bucket apparently piled up, so it wasn't completely stirred in. But hey, it's just mica. So some bits of green will be deeper than other bits of green. But that's fine. Which apparently had time enough to drain, so we could just go ahead and pour that. That's one of the advantages of pigments, because it's blended with water. It loosens back up when it's time to scrape it, so that way you can get it completely in the soap pot. Ooh, that's so gorgeous. Now we take the big one, stir it around once, straight through, finished. And now it looks like this. Very, very pretty. I think I'm going to take these. Well, actually, I'm going to take this. Scrape it in there. Because we don't waste soap here. I'm going to put that there. The sun is having a very interesting effect on your sinuses. Like I want to sneeze, but I can't. Okay, now we're going to take this. We're going to take this. And I'm going to very carefully pour down one part of the spout. Trying to get this to stand up. I'm pouring quite slowly. Very pretty. And I must have had the trays thick enough because it is not leaking. Yay. Okay. And then the rest is going in here. Oh, I forgot to scrape down that part. It's all good. What I'm going to do is just scrape it right into the column mode because it is my overflow this time. And seeing how the purple was the last color that I blended, that all came out purple. Now at the bottom of this column mode, I have a mini coffee filter. So that would be the lining that I peel off after the soap is finished. I think I'm going to try to get this all the way to the top. And then gently tap it out. the string is because this tool stops right here and my mode stops right here. I'm just going to pour that straight on in there. See that? Makes its own little pattern there. That's the fun part about in the pot swirls. The trick is to get it all in there without it getting muddy when it's time to scrape the soap. So you have to get it in there basically in a straight line. Well, one thing I'll say, this fragrance oil, whether I can smell it or not, perfect pour. That gave me no problems whatsoever. But I need to not scrape so aggressively because I just took off my shield and we're not trying to splash our face. Yeah. There we go. I need one of these color cups. Okay, let's tap this down very gently. And then we're going to pull this through. That came up to here, so there was a lot left. Because it's an in the pot swirl, that may or may not have made a pattern. I'll know when it's time to cut. But it's certainly pretty. Let's get the rest of it in there. It's kind of like a funnel pour with a fun pattern attached. And that's it. So let me do a flyby and I can show you better from the flyby. But in the meantime, I need to change gloves. Can't even touch the mold with the amount of soap that was on my hands. Oh, this glove just broke. That's the second time this happened this week. See, that's why generic stuff sucks. Give me the name brand. And when it happens when there is name brand, that's when I go, see, that's why I should have stuck with generic. Look at that. It just, it's like, well, really? In the meantime, that's what the butterfly looks like. And I'm not sure how much of that picked up, so I'll just go ahead and do a flyby and attach it to the end of this video. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube. No. This has been People7 on Blue Sky and YouTube. People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit that like button. There's a flyby of the column mode with the end of pot swirl, and I pulled out the hanger tool, but I scraped what was left in there, so it's not making a pattern. You can see the pattern will show up when I cut it. And then here's the butterfly. Is that gorgeous or what? And it is not leaking. I'm very happy with this new tool. And when it's time to unmold it, I have to literally pull it apart. But this is an embed tool, so it will then fit in another mold as part of an accent. But that's my new butterfly mode that someone gifted me, and I thank you. They were anonymous, so I don't even know who to thank other than to say thank you. Get that little jiggle, make sure there's no bubbles. And yeah. And just to be sure, because I'm going to have to gel both of them, let's make sure there's no air bubbles. Let's spray it with some alcohol. This will go over here. I don't have anything to cover this with other than a piece of plastic, so I'll do that once I find a piece of plastic that's not too big, because yeah, maybe a small Ziploc bag. But this is what we have now. And the good thing about column pours is minimum cleanup. That's literally it. I could wash that in like, not even 10 minutes. This has been Peepla. Wow, that's pretty. Let's take a picture. Oh, look how that mica is showing up. And I'll take a picture. And I'll be back for the cut.